Hey guys, and welcome to the Family Fudge. Today we're kicking off Christmas camping at Disney World, and we're giving ourselves just 24 hours to turn this empty campsite into a full-on Christmas wonderland. Now that means setting up a massive tent, decorating the entire site, and giving our golf cart a Christmas makeover. And since you guys know I love festive recipes, I'll also be sharing lots of fun but easy Christmas camping recipes to keep us going for 24 hours. I'm talking meals, snacks, and dirty sodas to help us get the job done. Christmas camping at Disney World is one of the traditions that I look forward to every year. And in this video, I'll also take you on a full tour of our campsite. I'll show you how I keep everything organized, and I'll definitely show you the truckload of Christmas decorations we brought with us this year. And I do want to make sure to show you some of the most amazing Christmas displays from other campers. Because just like us, there are campers that come every year and who go all out just like we do and even more. I absolutely love it, and I can't wait to share it all with you. So don't forget to like and subscribe. And with all that being said, let's get on to the camping. Now, the thing about camping at Disney's Fort Wilderness at Christmas time is that it's extremely popular. We actually booked this campsite and our golf cart almost a full year in advance. So if you ever want to stay here at Christmas time yourself, keep that in mind. And you guys, on check-in day, you usually can't get into your site until after 3 p.m. Now, since it is winter time and it starts getting dark around 5, that doesn't give you a lot of daylight to get everything set up. I don't know if you've ever tried to set up camp in the dark before, but that definitely makes things more challenging. So the very first order of business was to unload everything from our car. And thankfully, with 6 of us, it didn't take too long. And here it is, you guys. Here is the pile of stuff we brought for a full week of Christmas camping at Disney. And even with all of these bins of stuff, I can pretty much guarantee that we forgot at least 1 or 2 things. So now that we have everything unloaded, it's time to start building things, starting with the dining area. Now, we did grab a quick lunch before we left home, but since we still have a few hours till dinner, I did go ahead and bring some snacks and a special drink for everyone to help themselves to while we continue setting up. Now, thankfully, Fort Wilderness does provide the picnic table, but we just need to decide where it should go and then put up our canopy. That way, if it does start raining, we will be dry. And guys, even though we've stayed at this campground so many times, we still have to figure out where to put everything every time. You see, every campsite is a little bit different. Some sites are bigger, some sites have trees and bushes. We have to put certain things where the power outlets are. And of course, we have to keep in mind how close we are to the neighbors. Those are all things that play a part in deciding where everything should go. So far, so good. But while they keep working on the massive tent, I'm gonna start setting out the snacks. For something that is sweet and salty, I made one of our favorite Christmas snack mixes before we left home. It is super easy, but it's much easier to make it if you have a kitchen. So I made this ahead of time. Oh yes, and this makes a big batch, so this is gonna last us for a few days. To make this, I combined pretzels, Chex cereal, Cheerios, Bugle chips, and salted peanuts. Then, in a separate microwave safe bowl, I added 2 bags of white chocolate melting wafers. I popped this into the microwave 30 seconds at a time until melted, and I did give it a stir along the way. Then I just poured all of that melted white chocolate all over, gave everything a big stir until each piece was coated. I spread it out onto a baking sheet. Then, while the white chocolate was still wet, I added an entire bag of Christmas M&Ms, followed by plenty of Christmas sprinkles. After about 15 minutes or so, it had hardened up, and then all I had to do was break it into clusters and add it into my container with the lid so we could bring it today. Now, to go along with that, I also brought some Christmas tree shaped veggie chips. These are so cute, and you guys will probably be able to tell that I clearly love everything Christmas tree shaped, including these guys. I did pick up a box of Christmas tree cakes, and I also have some special Christmas tree creamer for a drink. Now, if you guys saw our last video, you'll know that we just got back from a Christmas trip to Utah, and I have to say that Utah is basically the land of the dirty soda. So in honor of that, I wanted to show you guys how to make a drink called the Jolly Elf. This drink starts with plenty of ice. Next, I'm adding some orange juice and then just a splash of cranberry juice. Then I'm gonna fill the rest almost all the way to the top with Sprite Zero. And I've saved just enough space for a very special soft top. I'm gonna take this Christmas tree cake creamer and I'm gonna froth it up before I add it to the top. You guys, this drink is a mixture of sweet and tart and creamy all in one. You guys have to let me know in the comments down below if you've ever tried a dirty soda before. Now friends, it's been a couple of hours and the campsite is really coming together, but we did decide to put off the golf cart decorating until tomorrow after breakfast. And I'm also gonna go ahead and give you that full tour of everything tomorrow morning as well, because I just think it's gonna be easier to do in the daylight. We're gonna lose our light here in about 30 minutes, but before that, I do need to go ahead and order dinner. And because setup day is always super busy, we like to keep dinner super easy. And we do that by actually just buying dinner at the restaurant at Fort Wilderness. No cooking, not a lot of cleanup. That's the way to go. Then we always order the same thing. It definitely does the trick. We like to get the classic Mickey and Friends pepperoni pizza and then take it back to our campsite. And guys, after dinner, we had just enough light to pull out the air mattresses, get all the bedding set up, do our bedtime routine before we called it a night. Good morning, guys. It's officially day 2 of Christmas camping. Now, I was expecting it to be cold, but it was actually pretty warm, but that's Florida for you in December. But now that it's morning and we have all of our bedding put away, I can finally give you a full tour of our campsite. Welcome to Site 401. And one of the best things about this spot is it's actually really close to the boat dock that can take you right to Magic Kingdom in like 15 minutes. It is amazing. Now, these sites usually have massive RVs parked in them, but of course you guys know we have our gigantic but really cute tent instead. Now, unfortunately, I don't think they make this exact model anymore. We actually got this one on Facebook Marketplace, but I love that it's huge and that it looks like a little cabin. Now, technically, this tent is supposed to sleep up to 14 people, but I don't really believe that at all. It does fit our family of 6 comfortably, but I do have some extra tents that I'll show you in a minute. Inside you can see we have space for 4 queen-sized air mattresses. These couches actually turn into queen-size mattresses. And up in the corners I have 4 different bins. That's where we can store all of our bedding and pillows and things like that. And to keep the clutter down, we actually like to store all of our clothes and extra items in the back of our car. They stay nice and dry that way, and they're just out of the way. So coming back out of the tent, you can see we have this really nice driveway area. This is the perfect place to park our golf cart, but more on that after breakfast. As we move over to the right of the tent, we have this little area that is our washing station, and this area also has all of the power hookups. And because of that, this is where I've set up a small table for cooking. Next to our cooking table, we have the kitchen tent. Now, technically, this is actually a bike tent, but I think it works perfectly for this. Inside this tent, I have a table with our electric ice chest. In here, we also have our ice maker. We have our electric kettle for warm drinks. And then I also have some utensils and paper products. You guys can probably tell it's not really easy to do a lot of dishes here, so I don't. Now, under the table, we do have some cleaning supplies. And then right next to that, I have two different storage bins. Now, one of these has food in it, so it's kind of like our outdoor pantry. And then in the other one, that's where I keep all of my cooking appliances. So I have crock pots, I have skillets, and things like that. I just grab whatever appliance I need and I move it over to the table. And you guys, another reason that this setup is perfect is because at nighttime, I can actually zip up this entire tent. Because if I don't, I know that the squirrels and the birds at the campground, they like to get into things, especially food if you leave it out. Now, moving on from the kitchen tent, we have two smaller tents, and these are actually for our teenagers. Now, technically, they can fit in the big tent with us, but if they just want some extra space or if they want to be a little bit more independent, we do have these for them. Now, coming around the corner, we have our giant snowman. I love him. And then right next to that, we have our covered eating area. Now, I do have a screen for this that I can add if the mosquitoes get really bad, and sometimes they do get really bad here. Next up over here, we have our camping chairs. Now, we did used to have 6 of them, but 2 of them broke, so we do need to get a couple more. And then coming around here right behind the tent, I have a few extra things. Now, this little table is actually a TV tray, and I already have it set up with lots of little candy canes. At this campground during the day and the night, different people will walk around to check out the decorations, and we like to have these little candy canes to hand out. It's kind of like trick-or-treating. And then lastly, I do have 2 more storage bins right over here. In this one, I store all of our extra drinks and our water. And then in this other bin is where we keep all of our shower supplies and things like that. Okay guys, now that is everything in our campsite minus the golf cart, but we're gonna have to wait on that until after breakfast. And speaking of breakfast, I'm gonna go ahead and get everybody fed. That way we can jump right into decorating that cart. Now, to make things easier, I did go ahead and get the bacon that only takes a few minutes to crisp up. So I'm gonna go ahead and start on the bacon while Mackenzie gets the fruit ready. You guys, I thought my skillet was totally broken. It was not heating up. So I went ahead and cranked up the heat, and as soon as I did that, I must have blown a breaker or something, because every single one of our inflatables were deflating all at once. Now, yes, I do have quite a lot of things plugged in, but just wait, you guys, until I show you some of the other campsites that have way more things plugged in than we do. Now that we fixed that problem, all I have to do is go ahead and scramble up the eggs, and then it'll be time for a Santa pancake showdown. And guys, for the pancakes, to make things easier, I did go ahead and get the pre-made ones. These are like the frozen Eggo kind, and all I had to do was heat them up. For me, I want the camping food to be easy without a lot of cleanup. So for this challenge, each kid is getting 1 pancake. They also have some strawberries, some blueberries, and plenty of whipped cream. And we're gonna see who can build the best Santa. Now, I did go ahead and show them a video, so they have a little bit of inspiration. Okay guys, on your marks, get set, go! Honestly, I think these all turned out pretty cute, but you guys have to let me know in the comments down below which Santa pancake was your favorite. Now, because this campground is so big, most campers either bring their own golf cart or they'll rent one from Fort Wilderness to get around. And just like the campsites, a lot of people will decorate their golf carts for Christmas too. Now, I think this is super fun, but it also makes it way easier to find your golf cart amongst a sea of golf carts in the parking lot. My absolute most favorite cart was definitely this gingerbread house one. Somebody actually made this out of wood and they painted it and they attached it and everything. This was so cute and seriously impressive. But you guys, for our cart, I've actually been saving and reusing the same decorations that we've had for years. And when it comes to decorating the golf cart, my goal is always to make our golf cart match our campsite. So as you can see, we added Christmas trees, lots of red, green, and white, and we added as many lights as possible. At Christmas time at the campground, one of the biggest activities is to drive around in your golf cart to check out all of the different campsites with their decorations and their lights. And we are gonna do that tonight, so stay tuned. But while people are driving around in their golf carts, a lot of campers also participate in stockings and pixie dusting. Now, we ended up bringing some Christmas slap bracelets, some really cute candy cane ornaments, and a bunch of these light up Christmas rings that I know the kids will like. And we're just gonna pass these out into stockings as we drive around later tonight. So here you have it, guys. Here is our golf cart for this year. I love how it turned out. And while we were putting up the decorations, the kids and I also made some lunch and some sweet treats to enjoy. Let me show you what we put together. First, my girls teamed up to make this super cute Christmas charcuterie board. Now, we actually found this at Target, and it came with everything they would need, including the board, the food, the cookie cutters, and step-by-step instructions so they knew exactly what to do. I think this turned out so adorable. While they were working on that, I also sliced up some bacon ranch pinwheels, and of course, you know I had to turn them into a Christmas tree, complete with a bell pepper star on top. Now, to make these pinwheels more camping friendly, I did go ahead and mix up the filling at home yesterday. All I did was take a block of cream cheese, I added some shredded white cheddar, a little bit of sour cream, some finely diced red pepper, and plenty of crispy bacon. Then I seasoned it all up with some ranch powder. Now, I will add the link to this recipe in the description box below if you want to make it yourself. So yes, I just spread this mixture onto some green tortillas. I rolled them up as tightly as I could, and then I wrapped them up really well and I stored them in our cooler. Then at the campsite, all I had to do was slice them up and not dirty up a bunch of bowls. And then lastly, for our lunch, I threw together some of our favorite Christmas party meatballs. Now, these only take about 2 hours in the crock pot, so I actually started these right after breakfast. All I had to do was throw in a thawed bag of meatballs. Then to this, I added a jar of chili sauce and half a bottle of grape jelly with just a little bit of onion and garlic powder. And friends, these meatballs made our entire campsite smell so amazing while we were decorating the golf cart. And yes, these little picnic food covers are 100% worth bringing. If you're eating anything with meat or cheese, the wasps will totally come out and try to steal it. And you guys, I cannot forget about the sweet treat that my boys put together. Just about every year, we end up making at least one batch of crock-pot candy. And since it is so easy to use a crock-pot at the campground, I thought this would be perfect for them. Jackson just chopped up 1 pound of white almond bark, followed by 1 pound of chocolate almond bark. He added that into our crock pot. Then to this, Griffin added 1 bag of Reese's peanut butter chips, 1.5 jars of salted peanuts, and about 1.5 cups of smooth peanut butter. And yes, our entire family loves the combination of chocolate and peanut butter. You can probably tell. Now at this point, all you have to do is turn your crock pot onto low, and we do like to give ours a stir about midway just to make sure nothing is burning. Once your chocolate looks like this, all you have to do is scoop it out onto trays. Now you can go ahead and add these to cupcake liners, but I just thought it would be a lot easier to put them directly onto trays. To make these look even more Christmassy, we do like to add just a few Christmas sprinkles. After about 20 minutes or so, they were hard enough for us to scoop up, add to our container, and move on with the second, third, fourth, and fifth batch. This recipe makes a ton, so we're gonna have lots of sweet treats for the rest of the week. Now, if you guys noticed, we did end up needing to make the lunch and the crock-pot candy under the canopy, and that's because it did start raining. And I do have to admit that camping in a tent when it's raining is not the most comfortable experience. It's definitely sticky and humid in Florida. But thankfully, none of our tents leak any water, so we did stay pretty dry. And once it had cleared up, it was time to head back out. We decided to take a very quick trip over to the Magic Kingdom because after this day, our annual pass is going to be blocked out until next year. And there's still one more Christmassy thing we really want to do. One boat ride from the campground later, we made it just in time to get on another boat. This time though, it was for the Jingle Cruise. Now, this is basically the regular Jungle Cruise, but with Christmas decorations and lots of holiday jokes from the skippers. After soaking in as much Magic Kingdom as we could in an hour, we needed to head back to the campground to get dinner going in the crock pot and to get ready to go check out those Christmas lights. Now, one of our all-time favorite dinners to have while camping is a DIY nacho bar, so you know we had to make a Christmas version. And this time, since I wanted to make it in the crock pot, I tried a brand new queso recipe. It was super simple, just 2 cans of evaporated milk, 1 pound of white American cheese, 1 pound of pepper jack cheese, and 1 can of green chilies. Now to go with this, of course I had to get the Christmas tortilla chips. I also cooked up some ground turkey with some taco seasoning, and I packed all of our favorite toppings into this cute little caddy. Now guys, I do have to admit that I got a little distracted while cooking the queso, and it stayed in the crock pot way longer than it should have. So no, it did not stay white at all. As you can see, it doesn't really look that appetizing, but trust me, it actually tasted really good. I'd say our DIY Christmas nacho bar was a hit. Now you guys, the reason I was a little distracted when I was making the queso is because I was also putting together a crock pot hot chocolate that we could take with us when it was time to drive the golf cart around and look at the lights. My normal crock pot hot chocolate recipe takes quite a few ingredients, so this time I cheated just a bit. I ended up using 1.5 gallons of chocolate milk. Then to make it richer, I also added about 2 cups of half and half, followed by half a bag of semi-sweet chocolate chips. Then I added a pinch of salt and a splash of vanilla. And thankfully, unlike the queso, this did not end up burning. We were able to add it to our cups, top it with whipped cream and marshmallows before heading out.
We're ready for Christmas. Can't wait to head back home. When the sleigh blows cold, I hit the road. Baby, let it snow. We're ready for Christmas. Why you so far yet close? I think I hear them call. So baby, let it snow. Deck the house. That's when the snow starts falling. I pick all the presents up for you. Decorate the fireplace for two. I keep waiting all night, all night. Wish upon a starlight, starlight. I sleep under.
This was such a fun way to end our first 24 hours of Christmas camping at Disney World. Thank you guys so much for spending this time with us. We hope you have a very Merry Christmas, and we'll be back with lots more videos in January. We'll see you then.